A Solemn Conceit by William Motherwell. Stately trees are growing, lusty winds are blowing, and mighty rivers flowing on, forever on. As stately forms were growing, as lusty spirits blowing, and as mighty fancies flowing on, forever on. But where has been leave-taken sorrow and heart-breaking, and the moan pale echoes making, for the gone, forever gone? Lovely stars are gleaming, bearded lights are streaming, and glorious suns are beaming on, forever on. As lovely eyes were gleaming, as wondrous lights were streaming, and as glorious minds were beaming on, forever on. But there has been soul sundering, wailing, and sad wandering, for graves grow fat with plundering, the gone, forever gone. We see great eagles soaring, we hear deep oceans roaring, and sparkling fountains pouring on, forever on. As lofty ones were soaring, as sonorous voices roaring, and as sparkling wits were pouring on, forever on. But pinions have been shedding, and voiceless darkness spreading, since a measure death's been treading o'er the gone, forever gone. Everything is sundering, everyone is wandering, and this huge globe goes thundering on, forever on. But mid 'tis very sundering, heartbreaking and sad wandering, and this huge globe's root thundering on, forever on, I would that I were dreaming, where little flowers are gleaming, and the long green grass is streaming o'er the gone, forever gone. Affectest thou the pleasures of the shade? By William Motherwell. Affectest thou the pleasures of the shade, and pastoral customs of the olden time, when gentle shepherd piped to gentle maid on oaten reed his quaint and antique rhyme? When welcome to the green and mossy nook, the forest dark, the silver poppling brook, and flowers in fragrant inlands that blossom on a sequestered valley's sloping bosom, where in the leafy halls glad strains appealing, the woodland songsters amorous thoughts revealing. Look how the morning's eager kisses wake the clouds that guard the orient, blushing red. Behold heaven's phantom chasing sovereign shake the golden honours of his graceful head above that earth his day-dawn saw so fair. Now damsels live trip lightsomely away to bathe their clustered brows and bosoms bare in virgin dews of budding, balmy May. And hae ye seen my ain true love? By William Motherwell. And hae ye seen my ain true love, as ye came through the fair? I blink o' her birth for the God, and give it listens there. And how should I ken your true love, fair ever lasses bra, that trysted there, wask out like queens, wi' pearlins knots ena? Ye may ken her by her snow-white skin, and by her waist sae sma'. Ye may ken her by her searching e'e, and hair like glossy craw. Ye may ken her by the hinny mo', by the rose-dyed cheek, but best by the smile so licht that Leuven Saint language speak. Ye may ken her by her fairy step, as she trips up the street, the very pavement seems to shine beneath her gently feet. Ye may ken her by the jewelled rings upon her fingers small, ye better by the dignity that she glides through them all. And ye may ken her by the voice, the music o' her tongue, or heard her speak in content what think an angel sung. And such a seem she to me and mair, that it were a woman's charm, its bliss to press her diggory more and daunt her in my arms. And have I gazed by William Motherwell, and have I gazed on this bright form while it was fast decaying, and have I looked on these pale lips while ghastly death and woman's laugh whereon the smiles were playing? And do I see that lustrous eye now quenched in hopeless night? And was that feebly murmured sigh by spirits heavenward flight? A moment since that eye was bright, a moment since it beamed on me, and now that lovely orb of light is fixed on dull vacuity. That bosom throbbed, that cheek was warm, and in that round and polished arm the thin blue veins were filled with life. Now motionless and pale they lie, sad the arduous wrecks of that stern strife in which a soul escaped on high. Can I forget thy sad sweet smile, thy last, thy long impassionate look? Can I forget the last farewell it when so fondly took? Oh no, methinks thy lips still steam that smile of deepest love to beam, and these eyes that now calmly sleep beneath the half-closed, thin, transparent clovers, have all the lustre in their slumber deep they had in life, and proud dominion keep with light and sunshine our hearts and lovers. Vain thought, imagination's hollow trick, to wean the heart from brooding o'er its sorrow. Away, death's blithing dews have fallen thick on that dear maiden's pale and bloodless cheek. She smiled to-day, some gentle words did speak, but nor one smile nor syllable will break the silence of tomorrow. Feast, feast mine eyes on happiness forlorn, banquet on loveliness that hath not died. A beauty slumbers there at heretofore, a soul-mate to be deified. What though the rose like coward bays have fled from this cold cheek, the lily still is there, and mark how its pure white is softly spread, where not one vacant rose shall dare again to blossom on this maiden's cheek, or its bright innocence with shame to streak. Away, away, oh do not say, but William Motherwell. Away, away, oh do not say he can prove false to me. Let me believe but this brief day in his fidelity. Tell me that rivers backward flow, that unsung snows like firebrands glow. I may believe that lay, but never can believe that he is false and fled away. Ill-acted part, I knew his noble mind, he could not break a trusting heart, nor leave his love behind. Tell me yon sun with seas to rise, or stars at night to gem the skies. I may believe such lay, but never can believe that he is false and fled away. Can it be so? Surely no. Must I perforce believe that he I loved and trusted so vowed only to deceive? Heap coals of fire on his lone head, or in pure pity strike me dead. 'Twere kindness on the day that tells me one I loved so well is false, is fled away. Begone, begone, thou truant tear, by William Motherwell. Begone, begone, thou truant tear that trembles on my cheek, and far away be borne the sigh that more than words can speak. And cease, my merry harp, to wake the song of former days, and perish all the minstrel lyre that framed these happy lays. She loves me not who woke these strains, then wherefore should they be? True, she doth smile as she was wont, but doth she smile on me? Her neck with kindly arch ne'er bends when listening to my song, nor does her passion-moving lips the trembling notes prolong. Time was, indeed, when she would hang enarmoured on my theme, but that happy time hath fled and vanished like a dream. Peace, thou proud heart, and prate no more, my son of joy hath set, and dark and starless is the sky the troubadour has met. Beneath a placid brow by William Motherwell, beneath a placid brow and tear unsustained cheek, to bear, as I do know, a heart that well could break, to simulate a smile amid the wrecks of grief, to hurt among the vile, and therein seek relief for the bitterness of thought, where joyance dearly bought. When will man learn to bear his heart nailed on his breast, with all its lines of cares and nakedness confessed? Why, in this solemn mask of passion-wasted life, will no one dare the task to speak his sorrows rife? Will no one bravely tell his bosom is a hell? I scorn this hated scene of masking and disguise, the man on man still gleam the falseness in their eyes, where all is counterfeit, and truth hath never say, where hearts themselves do cheat, concealing hope's decay, and writhen at the stake themselves do liars make. Go search thy heart, poor fool, and mark its passions well. 'Twere time to go to school, 'twere time the truth to tell, 'twere time this world should cast its infant sloth away, and hearts burst forth at last into the light of day. 'Twere time all learn to be fit for eternity. Certain pleasant verses to the Lady of my heart by William Motherwell. The murmur of the merry brook, as gushingly and free it wimples with its sun-bright look far down yon sheltered lea, humming to every drowsy flower a low, quaint lullaby, speaks to my spirit at this hour of love and thee. The music of the gay green wood, when every leaf and tree is coaxed by winds of gentlest mood to utter harmony, and the small birds that answer make to the wind's fitful glee, in me most blissful visions wake of love and thee. The rose perks up its blushing cheek so soon as it can see along the eastern hills one streak of the sun's majesty. Laden with dewy gems, it gleams a precious freight to me, for each pure drop thereon meseems a type of thee. And when abroad in summer morn I hear thy blithe-bowed bee winding aloft his tiny horn, an errant knight perdie, that winged hunter of rare sweets o'er many a far country, to me a lay of love repeats, its subject thee. And when in midnight hour I note the stars so pensively in their mild beauty onward float through heaven's own silent sea, my heart is in their voyaging to realms where spirits be, but its mate in such wandering is ever thee. But oh, the murmur of the brook, the music of the tree, the rose with its sweet shamefast look, the booming of the bee, the course of each bright voyager in heaven's unmeasured sea, would not one heart pulse of me stir, loved I not thee? Change sweepeth over all, by William Motherwell. Change sweepeth over all, and showers leaves fall from the tall forest tree. On the sea majestic rivers roll, it is their goal. Each speeds to perish in man's simple seeming, each disappears. One common end our takes lies idle dreaming, dust, darkness, tears. Day hurries to its close, the sun that rose, a miracle of light, yieldeth to night. The skirt of one vast pole, our shadows all, yon firmamental crescent lights forth shining heaven's highest ball. Drop on their thrones, and, like pale spirits pining, vanish with morn. Our cities of old days, dumb creatures grace, palace and pyramid in dust are hid. Yea, the sky's searching tower stands but its hour, oceans where wide-stretched beds are ever shifting, sea turns to shore, and stars and systems through dread space are drifting to shine no more. Names perish that erst smote nations remote with panic, fear, or wrong. Heroic song grapples with time in vain. On to the main of dim forgetfulness of ever rolling earth's bubbles burst. Time o'er the wreck of ages sternly toiling, the last accursed. The world is waxing out, heaven dull and cold, not lacketh here a close save human woes. Yet they too have an end, death is man's friend. Doomed for a while, his heart must go on breaking day after day. But light, love, life, all are last forsaking, clay claspeth clay. Choice of Death by William Motherwell. Might I, without offending, chose the death that I would die, I'd fall as erst the Templar fell beneath the Syrian sky. Upon the glorious plain of war, the banners floating fair, my lance and fluttering pennons should martial heroes there. Upon the solemn battle eve, with prayer to be forgiven, I'd arm me for righteous fight, imploring peace of heaven. High o'er the thunders of a charge should wave my sable plum, and where the day was lost or won, where should they place my tomb? Come down, ye spirits, by William Motherwell. Come down, ye spirits, in your might come down. Come down, ye spirits of this midnight hour. Come down in all your dim sublimity and majesty of terror. How I joy to meet you in your own dark territories, and hold mysterious converse in a tongue that hath quite perished among the sons of fallen men. Ye spirits that roam with unconfined footsteps o'er the paths of measureless eternity, ye who skim the bosom cloud, or pace with hasty step the earth's green surface and its every spot, for ne'er so lone, deserted, and profound, repeopled with strange sounds and voices sweet, which circle round, even when all else is still, and breed in vulgar breasts a nameless dread and awe inexplicable, which bids the flesh to creep, as if its every fibre were a many-footed and a living thing. Come down, come down. I hear ye come, I hear your sounding wings beat the impassing air with mighty strokes. and in the flickering moonshine I can see your shadowy limbs descending like a mist of fleecy whiteness on the slumbering earth. And now I hear the mingled harmonies of all your voices through the vaulted sky. Ye call upon me, and my soul is glad to meet you on your pilgrim march, and join its feeble echoes to your mighty song. Could love impart by William Motherwell, could love impart by nicest art to speechless rocks a ton, the theme would be, beloved of thee, the beauty, all their song. And clerk-like then with sweet amen would echo from each hollow reply all day, while gentle Fay with merry whoop would follow. At roses' scents, oh no pretence would they their buds unroll, for could they speak, 'twas from thy cheek the daintiest blush they stole. Had lilies' eyes with glad surprise, they'd own themselves outdone, then thy pure brow and neck of snow gleamed in the morning sun. Could shining brooks by amorous looks be taught a voice so rare, then every sound that murmured round would whisper, "Thou art fair." Could winds be fraught with pensive thought at midnight's solemn hour, then every wood in gleeful mood would own thy beauty's power. And could the sky behold thine eye, so filled with love and light, in jealous haste was soon but placed to star the cup of night. Cupid's Banishment by William Motherwell. What reck I know of comely dame, what care I know for fair Pucelle? Unscorched I meet the glance of flame, unmoved I mark their bosoms swell, for love and I have said farewell. Go, prattling fool, go, wanton wild, seek thy fond mother this to tell, that loveliest maids on me have smiled, and that I stoutly did rebel, and bade thee and thy arts farewell. With me thy tyrant reign is o'er, for here's thy latest warning near. Speed, wayward urchin, from my door, my heart to thee gives no handsel, for thou and I have sworn farewell. So trim thy bow and fletch thy shaft, and peer where silly gallants dwell, on them is ta'en thy archer craft, no more on me thy boy shall tell. False love and I have sung farewell. Ding dong by William Motherwell. Ding dong, the church bells chime at early prime, a solemn stave, ding dong, o'er the lover's grave. Ding dong, the slow sounds sweep and cadence keep with the wail of woe, ding dong, o'er the grave below. Ding dong, strew garlands round the holy ground, where twin hearts sleep. Ding dong, and two friends weep. Ding dong, the church bells play at close of day, with hollow tone. Ding dong, they ever moan. Ding dong, cold death hath laid an earthly bed to hearts alone. Ding dong, and made them one. Ding dong, the church bells loom above the tomb where true loves meet. Ding dong, how sad and sweet. Envie by William Motherwell. Eine plant verse of the deadliest poor, quickly flourishes deeply in the heart. Its long roots creep and falter tour, weaven breath part. Lustil spoken is the weight then, till heart hath rotted and leaf hath flown. Black's the sap of its baleful stem, like funeral bleak its leaves to fall. And its moisture is quenched live pure flame. It drips rust on inmost soul, lustily broken is the way then, till heart hath rotted and leaf hath flown. Wie it flourishes, Michael and he, nay stay na hindrance will it brook, in nicht sprungen in upper burly tree, shedding its bale at a single look. Listless broken is the way then, till heart hath rotted and leaf hath flown. It cannot be curved to the goodlier sun, it purneth saved his nobly sicht, it shrinketh quite like a thing undone, who unlooked on by the blessed light. and herte whence evenly lucht have gone, work evil way dark Agony's on. Fell Envie's the plant of mortal poor, quick flourishes greenly in the heart, raining slow and poisonous sure, quickly ankere with the virtuous part. Black envy wherever its seed is sown, fashions the heart like the full fiance of wind. Facts from Fairyland by William Motherwell. Wouldst thou know of me where our dwellings be? 'Tis under this hill, where the moonbeam chill silvers the leaf and brightens the blade. 'Tis under this mound of greenest ground where our crystal palaces are made. Wouldst thou know of me what our food may be? 'Tis the sweetest breath which the bright flower hath, that blossoms in wilderness afar, and we sip it up in a harebell cup by the winking light of a twinkling star. Wouldst thou know of me what our drink may be? 'Tis the freshest dew, and the clearest too, that ever hung on leaf or flower, and merry we sing that wholesome drink for the quiet of the midnight hour. Wouldst thou know of me what our pastimes be? 'Tis the hunt and halloo, the dim greenwood through. How bravely we prance it with hound and horn, our moor and fell and hollow dale, till the notes of our woodcraft wake the morn. Wouldst thou know of me what our garments be? 'Tis the viewless thread which the gossamer spread, as they float in the cool of a summer eve bright, and the down of the rose, form doubled in hose, for our squires of dames on each festal night. Wouldst thou know of me when our revelries be? 'Tis in the still night, when the moonshine white glitters in glory our land and sea, that, with nimble foot, to taboo and flute, we whirl with our laughs round yon glad old tree. For Blyther fields and braver bowers by William Motherwell. For Blyther fields and braver bowers the little bird in spring quits its old tree and wintry hold with wanton mates to sing. And yet awhile that wintry home to branch and twig may cling, but wayward blast or truant boy may rend it soon away, and scatter to the heedless winds. A thought of many a day. And where, when winter comes, shall when the bird its poor head lay? The moss, the dawn, the twisted grass, the slender wands that bound the dear warm nest are parted now, or scattered far around. Belike the woodman's axe have felled the old tree to the ground, and now keen winter's riving snows are frozen nature lie. The sun forgets to warm the earth, forgets to light the sky. I fear me lest the wandering bird may houseless shivering die. Forgive me, Helen, thou art free to keep or quit the nest I built for thee, and sheltered in the foliage of my breast, and fenced so well none other might be harboured there as guest. Flee if thou wilt, if other love thy fickle heart enfold, thou art free to rove the fancy waves, the want of fairy gold. But Helen, if thou canst return, this bosom will be cold. Friendship and Love by William Motherwell. Oft have I sighed for pleasure past, oft wept for secret smarting, but far the heaviest drop of all that ever on my cheek did fall, the tear was at our parting. Why did our bosoms ever meet, harmonious with each other, if truest sympathies of soul might broken be, perhaps, the whole concentrated in another? My fear it was, when other scenes with other tongues and faces should greet me, thou wouldst haply be forgetful of our amity. In old frequented places, 'tis even so, the thrill of love past ties to thee seem common. Well, hearts must yield to beauty rare, and proud, sought friendship hardly dare, constant the prize of woman. Old friend, adieu, I blame thee not, since fair guest fills the bosom. Thy smiling love may flattered be our bonds to know and feel that she the power had to unloose them. Since thou surrenderest all for her, may she, the faith unshaken, place every thought on thee alone, when he who friendship's dream hath known must from that dream awaken. Girded wie Smylis the Cheek by William Motherwell. Girded wie Smylis the Cheek, go feel wie licht the eye, awain when souls seek the fondness of bliss to try. Quan hope have been away, quan crack and care have sprung, quan hurt have worn a prey to grief that heed not han. And when it is na term, to fancy qualit we feel, or wie eine merry chim to drown with solemn peal, qui gringis driant dal, quen herdent een na full. Ne joys worth for me in live again to know, no pleasure can I see in its face and fleeting hue. Like wild and fearful waste of waste and bone sand appears the path I've traced in with my native land. Flight I must depart, and far quicked me heart. Farewell to Keith and Keen, farewell to live and true, farewell to burn and leave, farewell to leave so blue, farewell to bank and brae, farewell to sang and glee, farewell to pastime gay, quick yans delight me, farewell o sunny strand, farewell, Ernst kind Scotland. Fresh flares bring me friend unto me early grave, but bid them near to vain, but o'er me hence and wave. Perchance to somewhere wake remembrance o'er me doom, and though fading we may wake, less lonesome leak me doom. Since we will emblem be of my living sympathy, now farewell, days dear Licht, now farewell, friend and fair, hail to the starry nicht, wer travels on Hockey. He is gone, by William Motherwell. He is gone, like the leaf from the tree, or the down that is blown by the wind o'er the lea. He is fled, the light-hearted, yet a tear must have started to his eye when he parted from love-stricken me. He is fled, like a gallant so free, plump cap on his head and sharp sword by his knee. While his gay feathers fluttered, surely something he muttered, he at least must have uttered a farewell to me. He's away, to far lands o'er the sea, and long is the day a home he can be. Where'er his steed prances amid thronging lances, sure he'll think of the glances that love stole from me. He is gone, like the leaf from the tree, but his heart is of stone, if it ne'er dream of me. For I dream of him ever, his buff coat and bever, and long sword, never absent from me. He stood alone by William Motherwell. He stood alone in an unpitying crowd. His mates fell from him, as the crab worms drop from the green stalk that once had nourished them, but now is withered and old rottenness because it gave such a shelter. Pleasure's train, the light-winged tribes that seek the sunshine only, no more endeavored from his eye to win the smile of approbation. Grief and care stalked forth upon the theatre of his heart, in many a gloomy and misshapen guise, till of the glories of his earlier self the world, his base and hollow auditory, left but a ghastly phantom. As a tree, a goodly tree, that stricken is and wasted by elemental conflicts, falls at last, even in the fullness of its branching honours, prostrate before the storm, yet majestic in its huge downfall, so at last fell he. Hope and Love by William Motherwell. Through life on journeying, but its thorny paths, or pleasant ways, its rank green hemlock wastes, or roseate bowers in utter loneliness, amid the din of busy multitudes, to babes of beauty linger near still, twin cherubim, but leave us not until we've passed the threshold of that crowded inn which borders on eternity. Wonder of point, with gleaming eye and finger tremulous to cleft in azure, where the sunbeams slumber on couch of vermeil dye and amethyst, bordered with flowers that never know decay, where bring fountains, cool and argentine, trill on the measured cadence, night and morn. Viara, with an eye of sweet regard, and voice the spirit of pure melody, sheds o'er the darkest track some ray of gladness, to elevate the heart and nerve the soul with unslacked sinews, vigorously to brave the perils of the unattempted road. Love, gentle love, one fellow pilgrim is the other hope, dear, never-dying hope, and way to trail, as well as keys to yield the tender ministering of faithful friends. How I envy the ring by William Motherwell! How I envy the ring that encircles my finger! Dear daughter of beauty, how happy were I if, by some sweet spell like that ring, I might linger at ease in the light of thy heart-thrilling eye. I would joy in the music thy light pulse is making. I would press the soft cheek where the rosebuds unfold. I would rest on the brow where pure thoughts ever waking, and lovingly glide through thy tresses of gold. On the ripe smiling lip, which young Cupid is steeping in dews of love's day dawn, I tenderly play. And when in thy innocence sweet thou wert sleeping, I'd watch thee and bless thee and guard thee for aye. I am not sad, by William Motherwell. I am not sad, though sadness seem at times to cloud my brow. I cherished once a foolish dream, thank heaven 'tis not so now. Truth's sunshine broke, and I awoke to feel 'twas right to bow to fate's decree, and this my doom, the darkness of a nameless tomb. I grieve not, though a tear may fill this glazed and vacant eye. Out thoughts will rise, do what we will, but soon again they die. An idle gush, and all is hush, the fount is soon run dry. And charily now I meet my doom, the darkness of a nameless tomb. I am not mad, although I see things of no better mould than I myself am, greedily in fame's bright page enrolled, that they may tell the story well, that shines may not be gold. Now, content I court my doom, the darkness of a nameless tomb. The luck is theirs, the loss is mine, and yet no loss at all. The mighty ones of eldest time I ask where weighted fall. Tell me the one who e'er could shun, touch with oblivion's pall. All bear with me in equal doom, the darkness of a nameless tomb. Brave temple and huge pyramid, hailed sepulchred by art, the bare acre vast, where hid moulders some Nimrod's heart. Each monstrous birth cumbers old earth, but acts a voiceless part, resolving all to mine own doom, the darkness of a nameless tomb. Tradition with the palsy at hand, and purblind history, may grope and guess well that in this land some great one lived his day. And what is this, blind hit or miss, but labour thrown away, for counterparts to mine own doom, the darkness of a nameless tomb? I do not peak and pine away, nor this deep bow like quaff. If sigh I do, you still must say, it sounds more like laugh. 'Tis not too late to separate the good seed from the chaff, and scoff at those who scorn my doom, the darkness of a nameless tomb. I spend no sigh, I shed no tear, though life's first dream is gone, and its bright picturings now appear, cold images of stone. I've learned to see the vanity of lusting to be known, and gladly hail my changeless doom, the darkness of a nameless tomb. I look on thee once more, by William Motherwell. I look on thee once more, I gaze on thee and sigh, to think how soon some hearts run o'er with love, and then run dry. I need not marvel long that love in thee expires, for shallowest streams have loudest song, most smoke the weakest fires. I deemed thee once sincere, once thought thy breast must be a fountain gushing through the year with living love for me. For so it was with mine. The wellsprings of my soul were opened up and streamed to thine as their appointed goal. And now we wander on, our barren sands unblessed, since falsehood placed its seal upon thy fair but frozen breast. I met thee I Luved Yestreen, by William Motherwell. I met thee I Luved Yestreen, I met thee a look o' sorrow. My leave I took o' her, for I wedded bride she'll be the morrow. She durst na gie a smile to me, nor drop a word o' kindly feeling, yet down her cheeks the bitter tears in mony a pearly bead were stealing. I could na my lost love upbraid, over my dearest hopes so blighted. I could na say, "Will you force to me," for to another she was plight. Like so fast friends whom death divides, in heaven to meet we silent parted. Ne'er voice had we our griefs to speak, we felt so lone and broken-hearted. I hie me from my native land, far frae thy blithesome banks o' Yarrow, west me I canna bid to see my winsome Luve another's marrow. I'll hie me to a distant land, we downcast e'e in life's sick bosom, a very waste the wilds to me, sin I lost that bonny blossom. I plucked the berry, by William Motherwell. I've plucked the berry from the bush, the brown nut from the tree, but heart of happy little bird ne'er broken was by me. I saw them in their curious nests, close couching, slyly peer, with their wild eyes, like glittering beads, to note if harm were near. I passed them by, and blessed them all. I felt that it was good to leave unmoved the creatures small whose home is in the wood. And here, Even now above my head a lusty roof doth sing. He pecks his swelling breast and neck, and trims his little wing. He will not fly. He knows full well, while chirping onwards prey, I would not harm him with a word, or interrupt his lay. Sing on, blithe bird, and fill my heart with summer gladness. It has been aching many a day, with measures full of sadness. If to thy heart were William Motherwell, if to thy heart I were as near as thou art near to mine, I'd hardly care though the year ne'er sun on earth should shine, my dear, ne'er sun on earth should shine. Twin starnies are thy glancing wild that lichtend meer, and gin ye dweeby, my Christine, blink to me ye'll spare, my dear, I blink to me ye'll spare. Me listen may I've wooed too long, and neath a tristan tree, I've sung till a' the plaintons rang, we lay so love for we, my dear, we lay so love for we. The dewdrops glisten on the green, the lavrocks lilt on high, well forth and dawn the lorn Christine, and kiss when none is nigh, my dear, and kiss when none is nigh. In the quiet and solemn night by William Motherwell. In the quiet and solemn night, when the moon is silvery bright, when the screech owl eerie cry mocks the beauties of the sky, to wit to woo its wild halloo doth read a drowsy homily. From yon old castle's chimneys tall the bedron lavrans sail doth fall, in wanton wise to skim the earth, and flout the mouse that gave it birth. To wit to woo that wild halloo hath marred the little monster's mirth. Fond lovers seek the dewy vale that swimmeth in the moonshine pale. But maids, beware when in your ear the screech owl screams so loud and clear, to wit to woo its wild halloo doth speak of danger lurking near. It bids beware of murmured sigh, of air-spun oath and wistful eye, of star with wings to conscious flower through the roof of leaf-clad bower, to wit to woo that wild halloo bids startled virtue on its power. Isabelle by William Motherwell. Hark, sweet Isabelle, hark to my lute, as softly at plaintive hour the story of one to whose lowly suit thy heart shall beat no more. List to its tender plaints, my love, sad as the accents of saints, my love, who mortal sin deplore. Awake from your slumber, Isabelle, awake, 'tis sorrow that tunes these strings. A last farewell would the minstrel take of her whose beauty he sings. The moon seems to weep on her way, my love, and, shrouded in clouds, seems to say, my love, now hope with the morning springs. Deep on the breeze peals the hollow sound of the dreary convent bell. Its walls, ere a few short hours wheel round, will girdle my Isabelle. They'll take thee away from these arms, love, and bury thy blossoming charms, love, where midnight requiems swell. At the high altar I see thee kneel, with pallid and awe-struck face. I see the veil those looks conceal that shun with surpassing grace. The shade will prey on thy bloom, my love, while I shall wend to the tomb, my love, and leave of my name no trace. We laughed and we grew and we laughed, twin flowers in a dewy vale. The churchman's cold hand hath one removed, the other will soon wax pale. How fast will be its decline, my love, as this dying note of mine, my love, lost in the evening gale. It deeply wounds the trusting heart, by William Motherwell. It deeply wounds the trusting heart that ever throbs to good, to know that by a perverse art it still is misconstrued. And thus the beauties of the field, the glories of the sky, to lofty natures often yield soul's solace ere they die. The things that harmless couch on earth, or pierce the blue of heaven, have mystic reasons in their birth, why they should be sin-shriven. The secret of a human breast no human eye may scan, with him alone those secrets rest who made and judge of man. Nor lightly should we estimate the hand which rules it so, nor idly seek to penetrate what angels may not know. Enough that with a righteous will, in this disjointed scene, the upright one, through good and ill, will be as he hath been. And should a ribald multitude repay with hate his love, he still can smile, man's ways are viewed by him who rules above. Lay of a broken-hearted and hope-bereft man by William Motherwell. The rude and the reckless wind ruthlessly strips the leaf that lies lingering on old forest tree. The withered branch wails for the love it has lost. The parted leaf pines for its glorious foregone. Now searing in sadness and quite broken-hearted, it mutters mild music, and swan-like on fleeteth a burden of melody, musing of death. To some desert spot where, unknown and unnoted, its woes and its wanderings may both find a tomb, far, far from the land where it grew in its gladness, and hung from its brave branch, freshly and green, bathed in blue dews and soft shimmering in sunshine, from morn until eventide, beautiful joy. Life by William Motherwell. O life, what is thy quest? What owns this world? Of stalking shadows, fleeting fantasies, enjoyments substanceless, to wed the mind to its still querulous, ever-faltering mate, or grip the pinion of the aspiring soul, upborne ever by the mystical, to a poor nook of this sin-stricken earth, or sterile point of time. The universe, my spirit, is thy birthright, and thy term of occupance, thou river limitless, eternity. Like a worn grey-haired mariner, by William Motherwell. Like a worn grey-haired mariner whom the sea hath wrecked, then flung in mockery ashore, the clamber some gaunt cliff, and list the roar of wave-pursuing wave unceasingly. His native land, dear home and toil once though, inexorably severed from his side. His sole companions, hopelessness and grief, who feels his day will soon be Kirk's night, who from its close alone expects relief, praying life's saints in pity to descend in rhythm of life's burden. So do I gaze on the world and time fast surging by, drifting away each hope with each tried friend, leaving behind the waste where desolate I may die. Like mist on a mountain top, broken and grey, by William Motherwell. Like mist on a mountain top, broken and grey, the dream of my early day fleeted away. Now the evening of life with its shadows steal on, and memory reposes on years that are gone. Wild youth with strange fruitage of errors and tears, a midday of bliss and a midnight of fears, what checkered and sad and mistaken you've been, still laugh I to muse on the hours we have seen. With those long vanished hours fair visions are flown, and the soul of a minstrel sings pensive and lone. In vain would I ask of a future to bring the verge that gladdened my life in its spring. I think of the glen where the hazelnut grew, the pine-covered hill where the heatherbell blew, the trout burn which soothed with its murmuring sweet the wild flowers that gleamed on the red deer's retreat. I look for the mates full of ardour and truth, whose joys, like my own, were the sunbeams of youth. Where past the morning of hope knew its close, they left me to sleep where our fathers repose. Where snow-white hearth with the big faggots blaze, where circled the legend and song of old days. The legend's forgotten, the hearth is grown cold, the home of my childhood to strangers is sold. Like a pilgrim who speeds on a perilous way, I pause, part, oft again to survey those scenes ever dear to the friends I deplore, whose feast of young smiles I may never share more. Love's Diet by William Motherwell. Tell me, fair maid, tell me truly, how should infant love be fed, if with dewdrops shed so newly on the bright green clover blade, or with roses plucked in July, and with honey liqueured? Oh no, let roses blow, and dew stars to green blade cling. Other fair, more light and rare, befits that gentlest nursling. Feed him with a sigh that rushes twixt sweet lips, whose muteness speaks with the eloquence that flushes all a heart's wealth o'er soft cheeks. Feed him with a world of blushes, and the glance that shuns, yet seeks, for 'tis the food so light and good, that the spirit child is fed, and with the tear of joyous fear that the small elves liqueured. Love's Potencie by William Motherwell. If men were fashioned of a stone, then might they never yield to love. But fashioned as they are, their own, on earth as in the realm above, that beauty in perfection still controls the thought, impels the will. And sure, 'twere vain to stem the tide of passion surging in the breast, since fierce ambition, stubborn pride, have each the sovereign power confessed, which rolleth on, despite all stay, sweeping ilk prudent shift away. What though the maiden that we love may fail to meet the troth we bear, nor once its generous warmth approve, nor bate one jot of our despair? Doth not the blind dictator say, "Thou foolish wicht, pie nor no way"? We cannot read the wondrous laws that knit the soul to loveliness. We feel their influence, but their cause remains a theme of mysticness. We only know love may not be o'ermastered by will's energy. Nor would I wish to break the dream, if troubled joy would still mine, albeit that the cheering gleam of hope have almost ceased to shine. So long as beauty light doth shine, my heart must feel its love must live. Love's Tokens by William Motherwell. Love's herald is not speech, his fear-fraught tongue is mute, his presence is bewrayed by blushes deep that shoot aforth the conscious brow and mantle on the cheek, then fleet for tints of snow which soft confusion speak. Thus red and white have place by turns on true love's face. Love wanteth not his worth in gaudy glozing phrase, his home is not the breast, where thoughts of worldlings stays, in modest loyalty, as fountain doth abide, in bosom greatly good, the lucid pulses tight, ebb and flow wherever till soul and body sever. Trust not the ready lip whence flows the fulsome song, true love gently hymns, false love chaunts loud and long. Young beauty cherished well the bashful anxious eye, the lip that may not move, the breast that stills the sigh, recreant for thee, their lot will never be. May Morn Song by William Motherwell. The grass is wet with shining dews, the silver bells hang on each tree, while opening flower and bursting bud breathe incense forth unceasingly. The mavis pipes in greenwood shore, the frost glads the spreading thorn, and cheerily the blithesome lark salutes the rosy face of morn. 'Tis early prime, and hark, 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 his merry chim chirrups the lark. Chirrup, chirrup, he heralds in the jolly sons of maidenhead. Come, come, my love, and may dews shake, and pailfuls from each dropping bough. They'll give fresh lustre to the bloom that breaks upon thy young cheek now. O'er hill and dale, our waste and wood, Aurora smiles are streaming free. With earth it seems brave holiday, and heaven it looks high jubilee. And it is right, for mark, love, mark, how bathed in light chirrups the lark. Chirrup, chirrup, he upward flies like haughty thoughts to cloudless skies. They lack all heart who cannot feel the voice of heaven within them thrill. And summer morn, when mounting high, this merry minstrel sings his fill. Now let us seek yon bosky dell, where brightest wildflowers chose to be, and where its clear stream murmurs on, me type of our love's purity. Now witness where, and our us hark, high in the air, chirrups the lark. Chirrup, chirrup, away sans sea, bearing to heaven my vows to thee. Music by William Motherwell. Strange how the mystical mingled sound of voices rising from these rifted rocks and unseen valleys, whence no organ ever thundered harmonious its stupendous notes, no pointed arc, nor low-browed darksome isle, rolled back their mighty music, seems to me an ocean vast divinely undulating, where, bathed in beauty, floats the enraptured soul. Now borne on the translucent deep, it skirts some dazzling bank of amaryllian flowers, now on a couch of odors cast supine, it pants beneath our powering redolence. Buoyant anon on a rejoicing surge, it heaves, on heights tumultuous, far aloft, until it verges on the cope of heaven, whence issued, in their unity of joy, the anthems of the earth-creating morn. Yielding again to an entrancing slumber, in sweet abandonment, it glideth on to amber caves and emerald palaces, where the lost seraphs, welcomed by the main, their lyres suspend in the time of sorrow, amid the deepening glories of a flood. There the rude revels of the boisterous winds, the tranquil on waves afflict not, nor dispart the passionate clasping of their azure arms. My Ain Countrie, by William Motherwell. Ye bonny horse and heather braes, where I had deft use gladsome days, a dream of bygone bliss ye be that gas me sigh for my Ain Countrie. Longed within in a fremmed land, though feckless mad by a hardened hand, and starts the teardrop to the ear, that I was bricht in the old country. Though Cairn brick be grey and worn, where I my forebears were born, yet there is its time-touched stone, and the halls of pride are now look on. It's music to the lingering ear, where Cairn's waters croon and clear, the call to me, where I roam, the voices of my long-lost home. En ken I the wee bird, adorn the licht, at Randy fort, en kirk muur that close mine eye, and fold my wings in Ain Countrie. Oh, Agony, keen Agony, by William Motherwell. Oh, agony, keen agony, for trusting heart to find that woes believed were woes conceived, as light as summer wind. Oh, agony, fierce agony, for loving heart to brook, in one brief hour, the withering power of unimpassioned look. Oh, agony, deep agony, for heart that's proud and high, to learn of fate, how desolate it may be ere it die. Oh, agony, sharp agony, to find your love to part with the fickleness and faithlessness that break a trusting heart. Oh, babble not to me, grey Eild, by William Motherwell. Oh, babble not to me, grey Eild, of days and years misspent, unless thou canst again restore youth's scenes of merriment. Canst thou recall to me the heart that bounded sorrow free, or wake to life a lovely one who stole that heart from me? Canst thou by magic art compel the shrouded dead to rise, and all the friends of early years again to glad my eyes? Canst thou renew hope's flattering dream that promised joys in store, or bid me taste again those few, alas, are no more? Then babble not to me, grey Eild, of days and years misspent, unless thou canst again restore youth's dreams of sweet content. O Leaked, by William Motherwell. O leaked was Maid Ellen's fit, it left na print behind, until a belted nicht she saw down the Willowin. And winsome was Maid Ellen's cheek, as in the rose on briar, that halted at the father's yet a lordly cavalier. And merry mim was her sang, till he nailed at the boyer, as lags rejoicing in the sun, a princely paramour. But dull now is Ellen's eye, and wan is her cheek, and slow and heavy is her fit, that lonesome paths would seek. And never does Ellen sing among the flowers she bricht, since last she saw the dancing plum of her forsworn need. Oh, say not pure affections change, by William Motherwell. Oh, say not pure affections change, when fixed they once have been, or that between two noble hearts hate e'er can intervene. For coldness for a while may freeze the love springs of a soul, for angry pride its sympathies may for a time control, yet such estrangement cannot last. A tone, a touch, a look dissolves at once the iciness that crisp affections brook. Again they feel the genial glow within the bosom burn, and all their pent-up tenderness with tenfold force return. Oh, that this very war of life, by William Motherwell. Oh, that this very war of life with me were o'er, its eager cry of woe and strife heard nevermore. I fronted a red battle-field mine own dark day. I fain would fling the helmet, shield, and sword away. I strive not now for victory, but wish half fled. My prayer is now to numbered be among the dead. All that I loved, alas, alas, have perished. They tell me 'tis a glorious thing, this varying war. They tell me joy crowns suffering and bosom scar. Such speech might never pass the lips that could unfold how shrinketh heart when sorrow nips affections old. When they who cleave to us are dust, why live to moan? Better to me the felon thrust than strife alone. Better than loveless palaces, the churchyard stone. Oh, think nae mair o me, sweet May, by William Motherwell. Oh, think nae mair o me, sweet May, oh, think nae mair o me. I'm but a varied ghaist, sweet May, that half a weird to tree, that longs to leave the world, sweet May, o' dreary dull and pain, and pines to gang the gate, sweet May, that its first love hath gane. All of the form is here, sweet May, the spirit is na sae, it wanders to another land, a far and lonely way. My bower is near ruined kirk, hard by a grass-green grave, where, fed wi' tears, the gilly flows above the true hard wave. Then think nae mair o me, sweetheart, if I had loved to gie, it sould na need a glance but to bind me dear to thee. But blossoms to our life's best flower, whose heart it canna bear, it casts its leaves on Mary's grave, and it can bloom nae mair. O where be to the orders by William Motherwell? O where be to the orders that marched my love war, and where be to the cruel cause that gas my tears doon far? O where be to the blood was and higger me knee, for they han ta my love, and left a broken heart to me. The drums beat in the morn, the father screeched all day, and the wee fifes piped loud and shrill, while yet the morn was grey. The bonny flags were furled, a gallant sight to see, but where's me for my Zotka lad that marched to Germany? Oh, lang is the travel to the bonny pier or leaf, or drag is to gang on foot wi' the snowdrift in the teeth. And oh, the cold wind froze the tear that gathered in my e'e, when I gaed there to see my love embark for Germany. I looked o'er the bare blue sea, so long as could be seen, as we but stayed upon the ship that my soldier lad was in. But the wind was blown sae and snell, and the ship sailed speedily, and the waves and cruel wars had wind my winsome love from me. I never think o' dancing, and I do not try to sing, but ave dare speer what news kind neighbour bodies bring. I sometimes knit a stocking, if knit may be, seeing for every look that I cast on, I'm sure to let down free. My father says I'm in the pit, my mother jeers at me, and bends me for a daughter to wean, and daughters for I to be. But little weet they all the cause the drumless say me, or they ha no winsome love like mine in the wars of Germany. Oh, turn from me those radiant eyes, by William Motherwell. Oh, turn from me those radiant eyes, with love's dark lightning beaming, or veil the power that in them lies, to set the young heart dreaming. Oh, dim the fire, or look no more, for sure 'tis wayward folly to make a spirit gay before, to drop with melancholy. Ungenerous victor, not in vain the wild wish to subdue me, to woo once more thy glance I'm fain, even should that glance undo me. What pity that thy lips of rose, so fitted for heart healing, should not with tenderest kisses close the wounds thine eyes are dealing. Pale daughter of the night, by William Motherwell. On thou most beautiful and meek-eyed virgin, pale daughter of the night, how tempest-tossed and wildered in these thickening clouds thou art, yet smiling ever with so sweet a face of love around thee, that in truth, methinks, even at these clouds thou canst not take offence, knowing thy glory and majestic form cannot be sullied, and the innocent, even like to thee, with undiminished beam, burst through the clouds of envious calumny, to shame the tongues, and give a lie to thoughts, having no saint-like charity. Oh, yes, like thee, thus shine on darkness with forgiving look, for innocence and mercy are twin-born. Roland and Rosabelle, by William Motherwell. A tomb by skilful hands is raised close to a sainted shrine, and there is laid a stalwart knight, the last of all his line. Beside that noble monument a squire doth silent stand, leaning and pens wise upon the cross-hilt of his brand. Around him peals the harmony of friars at evensong. He notes them not, as passing by the hymning brothers throng, and he hath watched the monument 3 weary nights and days, and ever on the marble code is fixed his steadfast gaze. I pray thee, wakeful squire unfold, proud Rosabella said, the story of a warrior bold who in this tomb is laid. A champion of the cross was he, the squire made low reply, and on the shore of Galilee in battle did he die. He bound me by a solemn vow his body to convey, where lived his love, there rests it now, until the judgment day. And by his stone of record here in loyalty I stand, until I greet his leman dear, the lady of the land. Fair stranger, I would learn of thee the gentle warrior's name, who fighting fell at Galilee, and won a deathless name. The squire hath fixed an eye of light full on the lady tall. Man called, he said, that hapless knight, Sir Roland of a hall. His foot was foremost in the fray, and last to leave the field. A braver arm in danger's day ne'er shivered lance on shield. And death, what said he of his love? O faithful soldier, tell. Meekly he prayed to him above for perjured Rosabelle. My task is done, my course is run, how fast her tears did fall. I am indeed a perjured one, dear Roland of a hall. Even as the marble cold and pale waxed Rosabelle's cheek, the faithful squire resumed travail, the lady's heart did break. She is not dead by William Motherwell. She is not dead, oh, do not say she's dead. Good friends, she lives, what though the rose have fled from her sweet face, doth not the lily wear as beautiful a form and semblance be? Good friends, I say she lives, her beauty lives, and death destroys all loveliness of hue. And were she dead, that lustre life but gives, from her, methinks, would have vanished too. Good friends, join with me, do but give me space to feast upon the beauties of his face. She lives in death, she triumphs in the tomb, and, like a grave's flower, springs in fresher bloom, the nearer it is planted to the dead. Raise, raise a little more her drooping head, her bosom heaves not, 'tis like marble white and like it cold. But mark how exquisite and finely fashioned is this pale stiff arm which sleeps upon it. Touch it, it will not harm. No, not one finger moves. They're locked in sleep, and very cold withal. Pray do not weep, else I would weep too, but I could not break her pleasant slumbers for your pity's sake. Good friends, I pray withdraw that wail once more, and say, is she not lovely as before? Hath not this brow, this cheek, this neck, this arm, and this fair body all some goodly charm hovering around them, while the soul is gone on some far pilgrimage from this bright one? Men say this maiden loved me, simple me, even from the cradle and sweet infancy, till we had learned speech to speak our loves as others do, by streams and shaded groves. But that is false in part, for never word of love from either lip by us was heard. The tongue is false in talking, but the eye, the vanishing rosy smile, speak faithfully. Yes, love beneath these cold lids did repair, as to a crystal palace, there to blend his essence with the lights they did defend. And when they oped their portals, what light poured from the worlds they hid! Too bright, all radiant worlds, 2 stars of living fire, having joined sway and majesty entire within their fair domains and beauteous spheres, and gemmed with diamonds like the dropping tears. And love was there enshrined, and laughed through the pensive glories of these eyes so blue. Silvery Hairs by William Motherwell. Ah, on my brow are straggling silvery hairs, be ye who curl and mingle in the throng of a more youthful race. Beshrew my heart, ye have a frosty aspect right severe, and come to babble nonsense of the times that once have been, and of the days that speed with noiseless pinions o'er me, of the grave that hungers for me, and impatiently awaits my coming. Softly now, fair sirs, emblems of frail mortality. In sooth, are ye the fruits of time, or those changed weeds that so a sudden flood have left to mock the broken heart that it hath desolated, and killed each bud of hope that blossomed there? Song of the Danish Seeking by William Motherwell. Our bark is on the waters deep, our bright blade in our hand. Our birthright is the ocean vast, we scorn the girdled land. On the hollow wind is our music brave, and none can bolder be, and the horse-tanned tempest raving o'er a proud and swelling sea. Our bark is dancing on the waves, its tall masts quivering bent, before the gale which hails us now with the halloo of a friend. And its prow is sheering merrily the upcurled billows' foam, while our hearts with throbbing gladness cheer out ocean as our home. Our eagle wings of might we stretch before the gallant wind, and we leave the tame and sluggish earth a dim mean speck behind. We shoot into the untracked deep, as earth-freed spirits soar, like stars of fire through boundless space, through realms without a shore. Lords of this widespread wilderness of waters, we bound free, the haughty elements alone dispute our sovereignty. No landmark doth our freedom let, for no law of man can meet the sky which arches o'er our head, the waves which kiss our feet. The warrior of the land may back the wild horse in his pride, but the fiercer steed we dauntless breast, the untamed ocean tide, and in nobler tilt our bark careers, as it quells the saucy wave, while the herald storm peals o'er the deep the glories of the brave. Hurrah, hurrah, the wind is up, it bloweth fresh and free, and every chord, instinct with life, pipes loud its fearless glee. Big swell the bosomed sails with joy, and they madly kiss the spray, as proudly through the foaming surge the seeking bears away. Song of a Shipper by William Motherwell. When surely winds and gruesome clouds are tilting in the sky, and every little star's a bit that glimmer cheerily, and then 'tis meet for merriness to steer right carefully. For mermaidens sing the shipperman's dirge, where ocean wets the sky. A blessing on our guideship as lustily she sails, or what can match our guideship when blessed with favouring gales? Blithely to the tall topmast upsprings the sailor boat. Could he but hail a distant port, how you would leap with joy! The bending yard and rope he swings, a fair-haired child of glee. But oh, a cruel service wave how swept him in the sea! There's sadness in the gay chippy that breasts the waters wild, though safe our slaves will think with tears of our poor ocean child. Our mainmast now's clean cut down, the tackle torn away, the thundering of a stout ship's side, the seals make fearful play. Yet cheerily, cheerily, on we go, while fierce the tempest roves, we know the hand unseen that guides the ship our stormy waves. We'll all still stand by the old ship as should a trusty crew, for he who rules the wasting waves may some port bring to view. O guide shipper is a shapely shipper, as sharply and as strong. Our hearts sang to our noble shipper as she carried along. In fear ye not, my sturdy mates, for sails and masts be riven, we know, while drifting o'er the deep, above their stellar haven. For surely we are benighted upon the weltering foam, the sun may rise upon the morn and guide us to our home. Sweet Earl's Burn, Blithe Earl's Burn by William Motherwell. Sweet Earl's Burn, Blithe Earl's Burn, mine own, my native stream. My heart grows young again, while thus on thy green banks I dream. Yes, dream, in sooth I can no more, for as thy murmurs roll, awake the ancient melodies that stirred my infant soul. I've told thee, one by one, the thoughts. Strange, shapeless forms were they, that hung around me fearfully. In childhood's dreamy day, and still their music spake, dimly articulate, yielding meet answer to the dreams that shadowed forth my fate. I've wept by thee, a sorrowing child, I've sported, mad with glee, and still the word, the only one that seemed to care for me. For in whatever mood I came to wander by thy brim, thy murmurs were most musical, so soothing as a hymn. I've wandered far in other lands, and mixed with stranger men, but still my heart, untravelled sought, repose within thy glen. The pictures of my memory were fresh as they were limned, no chance of scene, nor lapse of years, their lustre ever dimmed. The bloom hath fled thy cheek, Mary, by William Motherwell. The bloom hath fled thy cheek, Mary, as spring's wrath blossoms die, and sadness hath o'ershadowed quite thy once bright eye. But look on me, the prince of grief, still deeper lie. Farewell. Thy lips are pale and mute, Ladye, thy step is sad and slow. The mum of gladness half gone by, thou earnest didst know. I too am changed like thee and weep, for very woe, farewell. It seems as 'twere but yesterday we were the happiest twain, when murmured sighs and joyous tears, dropping like rain, discoursed my love, and told how loved I was again. Farewell. 'Twas not in cold and measured phrase we gave our passion name, scorning such tedious eloquence, our hearts' fond flame, and long imprisoned feelings fast in deep sobs came. Farewell. Would that our love had been the love that merest worldlings know, then passion's draught to our doomed lips turns utter woe, and our poor dream of happiness vanishes so. Farewell. But in the wreck of all our hopes there's yet some touch of bliss, since fate robs not our wretchedness of this last kiss. Despair and love and madness meet in this. Farewell. The Cavalier's Song by William Motherwell. A steed of matchless speed, a sword of metal keen, all else to noble hearts is dross, all else on earth is mean. The neighing of the war-horse proud, the rolling of the drum, the clangour of the trumpet loud, by sounds from heavenward come. And oh, the thundering press of knights, when as their war-cries swell, may toll from heaven an angel bright, and rouse the fiend from hell. Then mount, brave gallants all, and don your helmes semine, death's couriers, fame and honor, call us to the field again. Now shrewdish tears shall fill our eye, when the sword yields in our hand. Heart whole we part, and now with sigh, for the fairest of the land. Let piping swain and craven wit was weep and puling cry, our business is like men to fight, and here like to die. The Covenanters' Battle Chant by William Motherwell. To battle, to slaughter and strife, for sad, broken covenant, we barter poor life. The great God of Judah shall smite with our hand, and break down the idols that cumber the land. Uplift every voice in prayer and in song. Remember, the battle is not to the strong. Lo, the Ammonites thicken, and onward they come, to the vain noise of trumpet, of cymbal and drum. They haste to the onslaught with hagabut and spear. They lust for a banquet that's deathful and dear. Now horsemen and footmen sweep down the hillside. They come like fierce pharaohs to die in their pride. See long plum and pennon stream gay in the air. They are given us for slaughter. Shall God's people spare? Nay, lop them off, friend, father and son. All earth is the first till the good work be done. Brace tight every buckler, and lift high the sword, forbidding must blades be that fight for the Lord. Remember how saints' blood was shed, as free as the rain, and homes desolate made. Among them, unburied bones cry, avenge us, or like us, faith's true Mephrus die. Hew down the spoilers, slay on and spare none, then shout forth in gladness, heaven's battle is won. The Crusaders' Farewell by William Motherwell. The banners rustle in the breeze, the angry trumpets swell. They call me, lady, from thy arms, they bid me sigh farewell. They call me to a heathen land, to quell a heathen foe, to leave love's blandishments, and court both dangers, strife and woe. Yet deem not, lady, though afar, it be my hap to roam, that this right royal heart can stray from love, from we and home. Now in the tumult of the fight, midst Salem's chivalry, the fort that arms his hand with death shall be the fort of thee. Be expatriated by William Motherwell. No bird is singing in cloud or on tree, no eye is beaming glad welcome to me. The forest is tuneless, its brown leaves fast fall. Changed and withered, they fleet like hollow friends all. No door is thrown open, no banquet is spread, No hand smooths the pillow for the wanderer's head, but the eye of distrust sternly measures his way, and glad are the cold lips that wish him good day. Good day, I am grateful for such gentle prayer, though scant be the cost of that morsel of air. Will it clothe, will it feed me, or rest my worn frame? Good day, wholesome diet, a proud heart to tame. Now the sun dusks his glories below the blue sea, and no star his splendor deems worthy of me. The path I must travel grows dark as my fate, and nature, like man, can wax savage in hate. My country, thou stepdame thou be, yet my heart, in its anguish, cleaves fondly to thee. Still in fancy it lingers by mountain and stream, and thy name is the spirit that rules its wild dream. This heart loved thee truly, and oh, it bled free when it led on to glory thy proud chivalry. And oh, it gained much from the prodigal hand, the freedom to break in the stranger's cold land. The Fause Ladye by Motherwell. The water weets my toe, she said, the water weets my knee. And habst du nicht, my horse said, for your true love be. I loved ye weel and loved ye long, yet grace I fail to win. Na trust put ye in lady's trough till water weets her chin. When water weets my waist, proud lord, the water weets my chin. My aching head spins round about the burn masks sink agin. No help for me, wo fearsome nicht, if grace ye hope to win. I mercy hope to win, high dame, at hand I've none to gie, the drinking o' a gallant's blood, sae half blindeth me. Och help, if man ye be, have on a woman roof, the waters gather round my head and gurgle in my mouth. Turn round and round, for Margaret, turn round and look on me. The pity that ye thought yestreen, I'll fairly sure to see. The girdie knife was keen and bricht, the ribbons wondrous fine, tween every knot of them ye knit of kisses I had 9. Fond Margaret, Fause Margaret, you kissed me cheek and chin, yet when I slept that girdle knife, ye cheft my heart's blood in. Fause Margaret, lewd Margaret, when nicht ye between me, the body and the trust ye slew, my spirit weds wie thee. The Forester's Carol by Motherwell. Lusty hearts to the wood, to the merry green wood, while the dew with strung pearls loads each blade, and the first blush of dawn brightly streams o'er the lawn, like the smile of a rosy-cheeked maid. Our horns with wild music ring glad through each shore, and our broad arrows rattle amain, for the stout bows we draw. To the green woods give law, and the light is right once again. Mark yon herds as they brattle and brush down the glade, pick the fat, let the lean rascals go. Under favour 'tis meet that we tall men should eat, knock a shaft and strike down that proud doe. Well delivered, parfait, convulsive she leaps, one bound more, when she drops at her side. Our steel hath but smart the life strings of her heart, and cold nor lies the green forest's pride. Heave her up and away, should any base churl dare to ask why we range in this wood, there's a keen arrow here in each broad belt to spare, that will answer the knave in his blood. When farewell, my hearts, like the bold, reckless breeze, our life shall whirl on in mad glee. The long bows we bend to the world's latter end shall be borne by the hands of a frame. The hand's wild grasp by Motherwell. The hand's wild grasp, the dark flash of the eye, like the troubled gleam of a winter sky, the bosom's bitter throb, the half-choked sigh, when the parting hour is hurrying nigh, are known but to those we love. Sad is that fateful hour, and pale the cheek, and fain the tongue would, but it cannot speak, and the cold lips will not move. Oh, could the eyes find tears kind hope have sprung, and could the lips but syllable a sound, albeit to wail, the heart with passion wrung would to its prisoned feeling thus give vent, but in any icy circle they are bound, and when that breaks, the heart's last cord is rent. The Hunter's Well by Motherwell. Life of this wilderness, pure gushing stream, dear to the summer is thy murmuring. Note of a songbird warbling on high, ne'er with my spirit made such harmony as do thy deep waters, or rock, leaf, and flower, bubbling and babbling the long sunny hour. Turn of this desert spot, spelling sweet tones to the mute listeners, out mossy stones, who ranged these stones near thy silver rim, guarding the temple where rises thy hymn. Some thirst-stricken hunter, swarth priest of wood, around we have strewn them in fond gratitude. Orb of a green waste, augment clear, friend of a hunter, loved of a deer, brilliantly breaking beneath a blue sky, gladdening the leaflets, the tremulous sigh. Star of my wandering, symbol of love, lead me to dream of the fountain above. The Joys of Wilderness by William Motherwell. I have a wish, and it is this, that in some uncarved glen it were my lot to find a spot unknown by selfish man, where I might be securely free, like a hermit of old, from worldly guile, from woman's wile, and friendship's brief and cold, and where I might with stern delight enjoy the varied form of nature's mood in every rude burst of a thundering storm. Then would my life, lacking fierce strife, glide on in dreamy gladness, nor would I know the cark and woe which come of this world's madness, while in a row, like some poor show, its pageantries would pass without a sigh before mine eye as shadows o'er a glass. Thine entity these shadows be, and yet, good Lord, how brave that never root doth strut and float, then shrink into the grave. The wilderness breathes gentleness, these waters bubbling free, the gallant breeze that stirs the trees, from heaven's own melody. The far-stretched sky with its bright eye pours forth a tide of love on everything that here doth spring, on all that glows above. But live with man, his dark heart scan, its paltry selfishness will show to thee, why men like me love the lone wilderness. The Night's Song by William Motherwell. Endearing, endearing, why so endearing are those dark lustrous eyes through their silk fringes peering? They love me, deeply, sincerely, and more than aught else on earth I love them dearly. Endearing, endearing, why so endearing glows the glad sunny smile on thy soft cheek appearing? It brightens, as I am nearing, and 'tis thus that thy fond smile is ever endearing. Endearing, endearing, why so endearing is that lute-breathing voice which my rapt soul is hearing? 'Tis singing, thy deep love for me, and my faithful heart echoes devotion to thee. Endearing, endearing, why so endearing? At each passage of arms is the herald's bow cheering? 'Tis when thou art kneeling with pure hands to heaven, and each prayer of thy heart for my good lance is given. Endearing, endearing, why so endearing is the fillet of silk that my right arm is wearing? Once it veiled the bright bosom that beats but for me, now it circuits the arm that wins glory for thee. The Lay of Geoffroi Rudel by William Motherwell. The faltering step would I depart from home and friend that claimed my heart, and the big tear would dim mine eye, fixed on the scenes of early years, each spot some pleasure past and dears, and I would mingle with a sigh the accents of the farewell lay, but for my love it's far away. Friends and dear native land, adieu, in hope we part. No tears bedew my cheek, no dark regrets alloy buoyant feelings of the hour that leads me to my lady's bower. My breast throbs with a wondrous joy, while every life pulse seems to say, haste to thy love that's far away. The Lean Lover by William Motherwell. I paced, an easy rambler, along the surf-washed shore, and watched the noble freightage the swelling ocean bore. I met a moody fellow who thus discoursed his woe, across the inconstant waters deceitful women go. I loved that beauteous lady, more truly with ne'er loved. I loved that high-born lady, my faith she long had proved. Her troth to me she lived with passion's amorous show, go o'er the inconstant waters ungrateful worldling go. Behind yon cliff-perched chapel, which beetles out of deep, there like some way-worn palmer I'll sit me down and weep. I'll nout upon the billows a lessening sail of snow, and waft across the waters, go, fleeting fair one, go. He clambered to the chapel, that toppled o'er the deep, where, like a way-worn palmer, he laid him down to weep. And still I heard his wailing upon the strand below, go the inconstant waters, go, faithless woman, go. The Lovelorn Knight and the Damsel Pitiless, by William Motherwell. Uplift the confoundance of war, exalt the ruddy root. Arise, ye winds, and bear me on against the Paynim brood. Farewell to forest-cinctured halls, farewell to song and glee, for toilsome march and clash of swords in glorious Galilee. And grace to thee, haute demoiselle, I ask no parting tear, another love may greet me when I am laid upon my bier. My bark upon the foaming flood shall bound before the gale, like arrow in its flight, until the Holy Land can hail. Then firmly shall our anchors grasp the belt of eastern land, for planks will shrink and cordage rot ere we regain the strand. And welcome be the trumpet's sound, the war steed's tramp and neigh, and death for Palestine's cause and the battle's hot melee. O never forward lovelorn youth that vessel cleave the seas, the hand of death was on the lips that wooed the ocean breeze. They bare him to the demoiselle, they laid him at her knee, though knight and pilgrim wept aloud, no tear dropped that lady. 3 times she kissed the clay-coat brow of her unbidden guest, then took the vows at Mel's shrine, and there her ashes rest. The Mermaiden by William Motherwell. Beneath the smirk and the wind blows chill, and the white foam breathes me bree, my maid me scares me, gay maiden, that the land we sail never see. And up and spake the mermaiden, and she spake blithe and free. I never said to my bonny bridegroom that on land we should with it be. I never said that an earthly priest our bridal blessing should key. I never said that a landward brewer should hold my love in me. And why that priest, my bonny maiden, if an earthly wicht is na he? Our wind will soar, and the sea will air, when with it we twice shall be. And why that boer, my bonny maiden, if on land it should na be? On my blithe boer I slow, said the mermaiden, and the bonny green horse of the sea. My gay broer is breed at the crude ship's keel, and the banes of a drowned sea. Fish are the deer that fill me parks, and the water waves me to ree. And my broer is galit with the big blue waves, and paved with the yellow sand. And in my showers grow bonny white flowers that never grew on land. I have ye seen, my bonny bridegroom, a lemon on earth it would gie, acre for acre of a red plot land, as he'll gie to thee over sea. The moon will rise in half an hour, and the wheat bright stars will shine, and we'll sing to my broer neath the one water for 55 midnight. A wild, wild screech gie the fey bridegroom, and a loud, loud launch the bride, for the moon raised up, and the twa sank down under the silvered tide. The Midnight Lamp by William Motherwell. Thou pale and sickly lamp, now glimmering like the glow-worm of a swamp, shine on, I pray thee, for another hour, and shed thy wan and feeble lustre o'er this precious volume of forgotten lore my eyes devour. Shine on, I pray thee, but some little while, soon will the morning's ruddy smile peep through the casement like a well-known guest, and give thee needful rest. Even now the grey owl seeks his nest, and in the farmyards lusty cocks begin to flap their wings, and, with a rousing din, cheer on the lagging morn. Right soon the careful churl will go to view his ripening corn, and up in a merry row 1,000 many-voiced birds will spring, and in one general chorus sing the matins to the skies. Then live some little while, poor sickening light, and glad my aching eyes. Thou wilt not die until the more pride has seen thy exequies. Thou wilt not quit me like a thankless one. No, when grief closes with a fainting heart, doth shape his leave. I pray thee tarry then, alas, thou art gone. Pity it is that in this mood we part. The Midnight Wind by William Motherwell. Mournfully, oh mournfully, this midnight wind doth sigh, like some sweet plaintive melody of ages long gone by. It speaks a tale of other years, of hopes that bloomed to die, of sunny smiles that set in tears, and laughs that mouldering lie. Mournfully, oh mournfully, this midnight wind doth moan. It stirs some chord of memory in each dull heavy tone. The voices of a much-loved dead seem floating thereupon. All my fond heart cherished, a death had made it lone. Mournfully, oh mournfully, this midnight wind doth swell, with its quaint pensive minstrelsy, hope's passionate farewell to the dreamy joys of early years. Yet grief's canker fell on the heart's bloom. Aye, well may tears start at that parting near. The Parting by William Motherwell. Oh, is it thus we part, and thus we say farewell, as if in neither heart affection did dwell? And is it thus we sunder, without or sigh or tear, as if it were a wonder we e'er held other dear? We part upon the spot, with cold and clouded brow, where first it was our lot to breathe love's fondest vows. The vow both went tender within this hollowed shade. These vows we now surrender, hard bankrupts both are made. Thy hand is cold as mine, as lustreless thine eye. Thy bosom gives no sign that it could ever sigh. Well, well, adieus, soon spoken, 'tis but a parting phrase, yet sad, I fear, heart-broken, we live our after-days. Thine eye no tear will shed, mine is as proudly dry, but many an aching head is ours before we die. From pride we both can borrow, to part we both may dare, but the heartbreak of tomorrow, nor you nor I can bear. The Past and Future by William Motherwell. I've looked and trusted, sighed and laughed my last. The dream half vanished, the hot fevers past that parched my youth. Though cheerless was the maiden of my years, and dim life's dawning through a veil of tears, yet hope and ruth, with smile persuasive, evermore would say, live on, expect joy's summer day. Vain counsel void of truth. Yet to the world doth clung the fond embrace, and each succeeding day did more efface its hollow joys, and friends died out around me everywhere, and I was left to be the idle stare of vagrant boys. A landmark on the ever-shifting tide of fashion, folly, impudence, and pride, and ribald noise. Yes, I have lived and lived until I knew the world ne'er alters its ungrateful hue and glance malign. And though at times some chance some noble spirit its wilderness a season may inherit in wanton pine, yet these be wedded soon and pass away all unbefriended to their funeral clay. Array thyself for flight, my soul not tarry, for bird or glory ne'er wert doomed to marry as fierce or rude, but to be mated with some hermit star, or heaven's soft azure keeping watch afar, empolricued. Uplift thy pinions, seek thy resting place, where kindred spirits long for thy embrace, dear brotherhood. The Patriot's Death by William Motherwell. His eye did lose its lustre for a space, and a bright colour mantled o'er his face. His lips did tremulous move, as if to speak, but no words came. On his brow did break the heavy and cold dew of coming death, and thick and difficult hath grown his breath. A moment's space, it was no more, for soon calmness and sunshine did again illume his stern resolved features, and a glow of deep but bridled wrath set on his brow. But it frowned not, nor did his piercing eye speak aught that wronged his proud heart's privacy. Fear did not there abide, nor yet did rage gleam in its fire. Far nobler moods assuage its potent brilliance and restrain its ire. It nothing knew but the brave patriot's fire, who slaketh life to grasp at liberty, and dies rejoicing that he has lived free, well knowing that his death to other men will be a gathering call, a watchword, when the brave on freedom look in after times. The Poet's Destiny by William Motherwell. Dark is the soul of the minstrel, wayward the flash of his eye. The voice of the proud is against him, the rude sons of earth pass him by. Low is the grave of the minstrel, ungraced by the chisel of art, yet his name will be blazoned forever, and the best of all escutcheons the heart. Strong is the soul of the minstrel, he rules in a realm of his own. His world is peopled by fancies, the noblest that ever were known. Light is the rest of the minstrel, for heavy his lot upon earth. From the sward that lies over his ashes spring plants of a heavenly birth. The Poet's Wish by William Motherwell. I would that in some wild and winding glen, where human footstep ne'er did penetrate, and from the haunts of base and selfish men remote, in dreamly loneliness situate, I had my dwelling. And within my ken, nature disporting in fantastic form, asleep in green repose, and thundering in the storm. Then mine should be a life of deep delight, rare undulations of ecstatic musing, thoughts calm, yet ever varying, stream betide, the flowers immortal of quick fancies choosing, and like unto the ray of tremulous light, blend by the pale moon with the entranced water. I'd wed thee, solitude, dear nature's firstborn daughter. The Reiters Ride Forth by William Motherwell. O beautiful valley, we scar not thy bosom. O bright learning lake, we disturb not thy slumber. O tall hill whose grey head is weeping in heaven, we come not to pierce through thy dim holy chambers. We see thee and love thee, and never will mar thee. O beautiful valley, bright lake, and tall mountain, ritters ride forth. Churls scratch with the base share the flower-girdled valley, and shear with the sharp keel the dream-loving billow. They pierce to the heart of a grand giant mountain, and fling on the fierce flame his pale yellow life-string. We come to avenge thee, to slay the destroyer, O beautiful valley, bright lake, and tall mountain, where reiters ride forth. The Rocky Islet by William Motherwell. Perchance, far out at sea, thou mayst have found some lean, bold cliff, a lonely patch of ground, alien amidst the waters. Some poor isle, where summer blooms were never known to smile, or trees to yield the verdure. Yet around that barren spot the dimpling surges throng, cheering it with their low and plaintive song, and clasping the deserted castaway in a most strict embrace, and all along its margin rendering freely its array of treasured shell and coral. Thus we may note love and faithful woman. Oft among the rudest shocks of life's wide sea she shares man's lot, and more than half his burden bears, around whose path are flowers strewn by her tender cares. The Ship of the Desert by William Motherwell. Onward, my camel, on, thou slow, hold not upon these fatal sands. Onward, my constant camel go, the fierce simoon have ceased to blow. We soon shall tread green Syria's lands. Drop not, my faithful camel, now the hospitable well is near. For sick at heart, and worn in brow, I grieve the most to think that thou and I may part, kind comrade, here. O'er the dull waste, a swelling mound, a verdant paradise, I see the princely date palms there bound, and springs that make it scarce ground, the pilgrims like to thee and me. The patient camel's filmy eye, O lustreless, is fixed on death. Beneath the sun of Araby, the desert wanderer ceased to sigh, exhausted on its burning path. Then rose upon the wilderness the solitary driver's cry. Thoughts of his home upon him press, as, in his utter loneliness, he sees his burden-bearer die. Hope gives no echo to his call, ne'er from his comrade will he sever. The red sky is his funeral pall, a prayer, a moan, 'tis over all, camel and lord now rest for ever. And 3 hours' journey from the spring, laughed of a panting caravan, within a little sandy ring, the camel's bones lie whitening, the vine, old unlamented man. The Shipwrecked Lover by William Motherwell. The portly wreath's mate has laid her down upon a restless pillow, but wakeful thought is wandering beyond the ocean billow. Her love's away, he's far away, a world of waves asunder. Around him now the storm may burst with fearful peals of thunder. But yet the night wind's breath is faint, the night beam entereth meekly. But when the moon's fair face is free, strange she should shine so weakly. Yet guided by her warning beam, his ship must swim securely. Beneath so fair a sky's abyss, he'll strike his haven surely. There came a knocking to the door, that hour so lone and stilly, and something to the maiden said, "Arise, for true love willie." Another knock, another still, 3 knocks were given clearly. Then quickly rose the portly wreath's maid, her seaman she loved dearly. And first she saw a streak of light, like moonshine cold and palely. And when she heard a well-known step, the maiden's pulse beat gaily. She saw a light, she heard a step, she marked a figure slender, across the threshold pass like thought, and stand in her lone chamber. It paced the chamber once and twice, it crossed it 3 times slowly. But when she to her Maker prayed, it fled like spirit unholy. The form, the vanished shadow, wore was of her true love willie. Oh, not a breath escaped the lips that pallid looked and chilly. Long motionless the maiden stood, in wonder, fear, and sorrow. A tale of wreck, a tale of woe, was told her on the morrow. The ship of her returning hopes had sunk beneath the billow. The ocean shell, the ocean wet, were now her lover's pillow. The Spellbound Night by William Motherwell. Lady, darest thou seek the shore which ne'er woman's footstep bore, where beneath yon rugged steep restless rolls the darksome deep? Darest thou, though thy blood run chill, while the speed at midnight still, and when horror rules the sky, raise for lover lost thy cry? Darest thou at that ghastliest hour breathe a word of magic power, word that breaks the mermaid's spell, which false lover knows too well? When affrighted spectres rise 'twixt pale floods and even skies, darest thou, reft of maiden fear, bid the water witch appear? When upon the swallow tide pearly elfin boat does glide, and the music roars heard, like the wing of baleful bird, darest thou with voice of might call upon thy spellbound night? When the shallop-neared land, darest thou with thy snow-white hand boldly on the warrior's breast place the cross by churchmen blessed? When is done this work of peril, thou hast won proud Ulster's earl. The Troubadour's Lament by William Motherwell. It was a gallant troubadour, a child of sword and song, that loved a gentle paramour, and loved her leal and long. He wooed her as a knight should woo, and laying lance in rest, in listed fields her colours flew o'er many a haughty crest. He loved her as a bard should do, and taking harp in hand and sweetest lace, that lady's praise he poured o'er many a land. But all in vain, his noble strain awoke no kind return. That lady proud smiled on the crowd, but his true love did spurn. It was a tristful troubadour, heart broken by disdain, that went to France and Bellamour, bequeathed this mournful strain. As riding on the yellow sand with many a nightly feel, he smote his harp with fabulous hand to sing with fabler cheer. Adieu, proud love, adieu, fair land, where heaven banners float, this broken heart can act its part, can die and be forgot. Alas, too late, it was its fate to learn with saddest pain it loved one who scorned to own her heart could love again. Fair France, farewell, my latest breath should still be spent for thee, while meeting strife I court my death in distant Galilee. My soul is bound up with the glaive that glitters at my thigh, and fixed upon the banner brave, now flashing to the sky. Alas, that you I well may wave to her I loved so well. She does not care what doom I bear, yet heartless maid, farewell. No bridal sheet for me is meet, I seek the soldier's briar, who, for his God, sleeps on the sod, unstained by woman's tear. The Voice of Love by William Motherwell. When shadows o'er the landscape creep, and twinkling stars pale vigils keep, when flower cups all with dewdrops gleam, and moonshine floweth like a stream, then is the hour that hearts which love no longer dream, then is the hour that the voice of love is a spell of power. When shamefaced moonbeams kiss the lake, and amorous leaves sweet music wake, when slumber steal o'er every eye, and Dian's self shines drowsily, then is the hour that hearts which love with rapture sigh, then is the hour that the voice of love is a spell of power. When surely mastiffs stint their howl, and swaft in moonshine nods the owl, when cottage hearth are glimmering low, and warder cocks forget to crow, then is the hour that hearts feel passion's overflow, then is the hour that the voice of love is a spell of power. When stilly night seems earth's vast grave, nor murmur comes from wood or wave, when land and sea in wedlock bound by silence sleep in bliss profound, then is the hour that hearts like living wellsprings sound, then is the hour that the voice of love is the spell of power. This is no solitude by William Motherwell. This is no solitude. These brown woods speak in tones most musical. This limpid river chaunts a low song to be forgotten never. These my beloved companions are so meek, so soul-sustaining, I were crazed to seek again the tumult, the overpowering hum, which of the ever-busy heaving city come, parting us from ourselves. Still let us breathe the heavenly air of contemplation here, and with oak trees, grey stones, and runnels clear, claim kindred and hold converse. He that seeth upon this vesper spot no loveliness, nor hears the inner voice of tenderness, calling him friend, nature in vain would bless. 3 fanciful supposes by William Motherwell. Were I a breath of viewless wind, as very spirits be, where would I joy at length to find I was no longer free? Oh, Margaret's cheek, whose blushes speak love's purest sympathies, would be the side, where gleaming bright my prison dome should rise. I'd live upon that rosy shore, and fan it with soft sighs, nor other paradise explore beneath the skies. Were I a pranksome elfin knight, or eke the fairy king, who, when the moonshine glimmers bright, loves to be wandering, where would I ride in all the pride of elfin chivalry, with each sweet sound far floating round of fairy minstrelsy? 'Tis o'er her neck of drifted snow, her passion-breathing lip, her dainty chin, and noble brow that I would trip. Were I a glossy plumaged bird, a small glad voice of song, where would my Lovelace aye be heard, where would I nestle long? In Margaret's ear, when none were near, I'd strain my little throat to sing fond lays in Margaret's praise that could not be forgot. Then on her bosom would I fall, and from it never part, dizzy with joy and proud to call my home her heart. To a Friend at Parting by William Motherwell. Farewell, my friend, perchance again I clasp thee to a faithful heart. Farewell, my friend, we part in pain, yet we must part. Where this memento to declare all that the inward moods portray, dark boding grief were pictured there, and wild dismay. For thee my fancy paints a scene of peace on life's remoter shore, why wishes long fulfilled have been, or even more. And when success hath crowned my toil, and hope hath raised thy heart to heaven, thou well mayst love the generous soil where love was given. For me, my friend, I fear there's naught. In dim futurity of gladness, There ever rises on my thought a dream of sadness. Yet gazing upon guileless faces, sunned by the light of laughing eyes, I recreant were to own no traces of social ties. Even I may borrow from another the smile I fain would call my own, striving with childish art to smother the care unknown. Farewell, farewell, all good attend thee, at home, abroad, on land or sea. That heaven may evermore befriend thee, my prayer shall be. Should the dark thought of him arise, whose parting hand thou must resign, let it go forth to stormy skies, not tarnish thine. Never may melancholy's brood disturb the fountain of thy joy, nor dusky passion's fitful mood thy peace alloy. Up, anchor, up! The mariner thus hymns to the inconstant wind. Heave not one sigh where'er you stir for me behind. To a Lady's Bonnet by William Motherwell. Invidious shade, why thus presume our face so fair to cast thy gloom, and hide from thee an armoured sight, those lips so sweet and eyes so bright? Why veil those blushes of the cheek which purity of soul bespeak? Why shroud that brow in hermit cell, on which high thoughts serenely dwell? Why chain severe the clustering hair, that whilom shed a radiance rare, a golden mist, our neck and brow like sunset over drifting snow? O kindly shade, forever be between me and love's witchery, forever be to Ellen's eyes like grateful cloud in summer skies, mellowing the fervour of the day. For should they dart another ray of their enchanting light on me, farewell the proud boast I am free. To the Lady of my Heart by William Motherwell. They oft have told me that deceit lies hid in dimpled smiles, but eyes so chaste and lips so sweet conceal not wanton wiles. I trust thee, Lady, to deceive or guileful tale to speak, was never fashioned, I believe, the beauty of thy cheek. Yes, I will trust your azure eye, that thrilled me with delight, the loving lordstar of the sky, which erst was darkest night. Ever, dear maid, in weal or woe, in gladness and in sorrow, hand clasp in hand, we'll forward go, both eventide and morrow. To the Tempest by William Motherwell. Chaunt on, ye stormy voices, loud and shrill, your wild, tumultuous melody. Strip the forest of its clothing, leave it bare, as a deserted and world-trampled foundling. Lash on, ye rains, and pour your tide of might unceasingly and strong, and blanch the earth's green mantle with your floods. Suddenly swell the brawling torrent in the sleep-locked night, that it may deluge the subjectant plain, and spread destruction where security had fondly built its faith, and knelt before the altar of its refuge. Sweep ye down palace and mansion, hall and lofty tower, and creeping shed into one common grave. Ye lightnings that are flashing fitfully, heaven's messengers, askant the lurid sky, burst forth in one vast sheet of whelming fire. Pass through the furnace the base lords of earth with subtle fury inextinguishable, that, purified, they may again appear as erst they were, free of soul-searing sin and worldly mindlessness. For mailed they be, obdurate all in selfish adamant, till we wet that it would need a fire potential as the ever-burning pit to overcome and melt it, so that hearts might beat and spirits move to chords sublime, tuned by the hand of the Omnipotent, as when man from his hands in his beauty came. True Woman by William Motherwell. No quaint conceit of speech, no golden-minded phrase, Dame Nature needs to teach to echo woman's praise, pure love and truth unite to do thee, woman, right. She is the faithful mirror of thoughts that brightest be, of feelings without error, of matchless constancy. When art essays to render more glorious heaven's bow, to paint the virgin splendor of fresh fallen mountain snow, new fancies will I find to laud true woman's mind. No words can lovelier make virtue's all lovely name. No change can ever shake a woman's virtuous fame, The moon is forth anew, though envious clouds endeavour to screen her from our view, more beautiful than ever. So through detraction's haze true woman shines always. The many-tinted rose of gardens is the queen, the perfumed violet knows no peer where she is seen. The flower of womankind is I a gentle mind. Mary's Well by William Motherwell. In a seft simmerglumen in yon Doedel, at Voswell we twa first met, by Mary's cold well. We sat on the broom bank and looked in the burn, but sidelong we looked on a galvine turn. The corncrake was chirming his sedary cry, and the wee stars were dreaming their path through the sky. The burn babbled freely its laugh-tulk flowers, but we heard and we saw naught in that blessed hour. We heard and we saw naught above or around. We felt that our love lived and loathed idle sound. I gazed on your sweet face till tears filled my eye, and they dripped on your wee loof, a while's wealth to me. Now the winter snows fallen on their holman lea, and the cold wind is strippen eke leaf of the tree. But the snow falls not faster, nor leaf is na part, says soon fra the bow, as the hay fades in your heart. Ye've wielded out and never your bridegroom to be, but can as hard love say as my love of thee. Ye get bingings and mailins and money brockless, that they win by back the peace of past days. Farewell and forever, I'll your first love and last, I'll for the joys be to come, malign life in the past. And sorrow and sadness with awe fasten me, but lighter is the love, made fleeter the we. What is glory, what is fame, by William Motherwell. What is glory, what is fame, the echo of a long-lost name, a breath, an idle hour's brief talk, the shadow of an errant nought, a flower that blossoms for a day, dying next morrow, a stream that hurries on its way, singing of sorrow, the last drop of a bootless shower shed on a sea and leafless bower, a rose stuck in a dead man's breast, this is the world's fame at the best. What is fame and what is glory? A dream, a jester's lying story, to tickle fools withal, or be a theme for second infancy. A joke scrawled on an epitaph, a grin at death's own ghastly laugh. A visioning that tempts the eye, but mocks the touch. Nonentity, a rainbow, substantialess, as bright, flitting forever, our hilltop to more distant height, nearing us never. A bubble blown by fond conceit, and very sooth itself to cheat. The witch fire of a frenzied brain, a fortune that to lose were gain, a word of praise, perchance of blame, the wreck of a time-bendied name. Aye, 'tis this glory, this is fame. What is this world to me, by William Motherwell. What is this world to me? A harp sends melody, a dream of vain idleness, a thought of bitterness that grieves the aching brain and gnaws the heart in twain. My spirit pines alway, like captive shut from day, or like a silly flower, estranged from sun and shower, that, withering, soon must die in lovelorn privacy. Nor joy my heart doth find, the foes they call me kind. How dull it is and sad to see how men wax bad, as autumn leaves decay, so virtue fades away. When I beneath the cold red earth am sleeping, by William Motherwell. When I beneath the cold red earth am sleeping, life's fever hour, will there for me be any bright eye weeping that I'm no more? Will there be any heart still memory keeping of heretofore? When the great winds through leafless forests rushing like full hearts break, when the swollen streams hour crack and gully gushing sad music make, will there be one whose heart despair is crushing mourn for my sake? When the bright sun upon that spot is shining with purest ray, and the small flowers their buds and blossoms twining burst through that clay, will there be one still on that spot repining lost hopes all day? When the night shadows with the ample sweeping o'er her dark pell, the world and all its manifold creation sleeping, the great and the small, will there be one, even at that dread hour, weeping for me, for all? when your stars twinkles with its eye of glory on that low mount, and wintry storms have with their ruins hoary its lowness crowned, will there be then one versed in misery's story pacing it round? It may be so, but this is selfish sorrow to ask such meed, a weakness and a wickedness to borrow from hearts that bleed, the wailings of today for what tomorrow shall never need. Lay me then gently in my narrow dwelling, poor gentle heart, and though thy bosom should with grief be swelling, let no tear start. It were in vain, for time have long been kneeling, said one depart. Ye Vernal Hours by William Motherwell. Ye vernal hours, glad days that once have been, when life was young and hopes were budding seen, when hearts were blithe and eyes were glistening bright, and each new morn awoke to new delight. Ye happy days that softly passed away in boyish frolic and fantastic play. Why have ye fled? Why left no more behind, ye sunbright relicts of my earlier years, than that faint music which the viewless wind at midnight to the lonely wanderer bears from sighing woods to melt him into tears? The bridled stream by art may backwards flow, youth's fires, once spent, again shall never glow. The flower stalk broke, each blossom must decay, and youth once past, for I have passed away. Young Love by William Motherwell. It seems a dream, the infant love that tamed my truant will, but 'twas a dream of happiness, and I regret it still. Its images are part of me, a very part of mine, feelings and fancies beautiful and pure combined. Time's sunset lends a tender tinge to what those feelings were, like the cloud-mellowed radiance which evening landscapes bear. They wedded unto my soul as light is blent with heat, or as the hollowed confluence of air with odour sweet. O she, the spirit of that dream, lacks of a loveliness young fancy robbed her in, yet I may hardly love her less. Even when as in my boyish time I nestled by her side, her ever gentle impulses for my being glide.